Hi everyone, and welcome back to Yoga by Now Jess. I'm Jess. I'm not a morning person. I am not good at getting up at the crack of dawn, ready to go. I'm much more of a roll out of bed, take the dogs for a walk, have a cuppa, and then slowly start my day. So today's practice is for anyone out there who likes to start the day the same way. It's going to be a gentle morning wake up. We're going to stretch slowly. We're not going to move too fast or too hard. We're just going to ease into the day. So I hope you enjoy. You won't need anything fancy, just some comfy clothes and some space to move. So let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated position. Any seat of your choice. You can sit on your knees, cross-legged, on a block or a bolster or some pillows, some blankets. Just take a couple of breaths to settle in. We're going to sit for a few minutes. So if you need to just take a few seconds to adjust into your seat, then do that. Gently place your hands in your lap and close your eyes. Start to bring your awareness inwards now. Quite often in the morning, there can be a lot of external things that take our attention. An alarm clock, our phones, checking the news, kids, dogs, noises from other household members or from outside our own houses. So now is a time just to bring your attention back to you. So start to notice how your body is feeling this morning. Notice if you can sit with a straight spine with ease, or if maybe that's a little challenging first thing. Start to notice if there's any areas that might feel a little bit stiff that are calling for a stretch. Notice the breath, how it's rising and falling, the speed, whether it feels forced or whether you can inhale and exhale with ease. I don't want you to judge any of these feelings. However you're feeling this morning is just right. So you don't need to try and change it or worry about it. At this point, we're just noticing what is. Now, if it feels good for you, bring one hand onto the belly, one hand onto the heart. And start to really feel the breath flowing in and out through the belly and the chest. You might notice a gentle expansion of the belly as you inhale. And feel it gently deflate as you exhale. Notice when the breath moves from the belly up to the chest. And notice how the body feels when you slowly exhale. I want you to slowly start to see if you can match the lengths of your inhales to your exhales. Without force, if it takes a few breaths, that's more than fine. Nothing should be too forced or too hard. You shouldn't strain too much in this morning's practice. I want to try and keep it soft and gentle. A nice, easy wake up this morning. And start to let the breath settle into its natural rhythm now. Just letting go of the focus. And bringing your attention in again towards yourself, and ask yourself how you're feeling this morning. Again, there's no wrong answers to this. It doesn't have to be a positive answer. It doesn't have to be a negative answer. Whatever it is, whatever you're feeling, just acknowledge it this morning. Try and place no judgment on it. And see if you can answer yourself honestly. How do you feel? You don't have to try and do anything with the answer. You don't have to try and fix the feeling or solve it, or if it's a positive feeling, you don't have to rush off to try and do anything with it. Just sit with the feeling. Because right now you've chosen to be here to start your morning with a little bit of time for yourself. So just know for the next little while you have nowhere else you need to be and nothing else you need to be doing. And just be here now, taking a little bit of time for yourself. Couple more breaths like that, and then gently let the hands fall back into the lap. Feel free to do as much of this class with your eyes closed, just listening to the gentle guidance of my voice. But also feel free, if that's not calling to you today, to gently blink open your eyes. Just take a few moments to adjust the eyes to the light in the room. Maybe check in and see what's around you. And then start to gently tuck the chin towards the chest. And then next time you inhale, raise the chin up towards the sky. And as you exhale, again dropping the chin down towards the chest. So all the movements this morning should be slow and steady. Today is not a day to rush into anything. So use your own breath to enjoy gently waking up the neck. You can start to round through the shoulders. Open up the chest a little as you inhale. How's the spine feeling? Does it feel good to slowly start to wake it up? And there are any areas that need a little bit more stretching, bring the arms in. Use them to really move through as the spine wakes up all the way from the base of the skull down the spine to the tailbone. Excellent. Waking up the shoulders. Feeling good in our movements this morning. And coming back through a neutral spine, inhaling the arms up towards the sky. Reaching tall and taking a gentle twist to the right. Again, you don't have to go very far as you start to twist this morning. Gently unravel. Inhale the arms up towards the sky again. And exhale towards the left. I want you to make each part of the movement count this morning. So you're really enjoying opening up the body, inhaling the arms up And exhale, drop them down by your side. I'm going to take a few little shoulder rolls. So bring the shoulders forward, up towards the ears, back and down. You can move the neck as you do that. Breathe in as you take the shoulders up, and breathe out as you take them down. Beautiful. And in the opposite direction, so take them back, up and down, rounding the spine if it feels good. Excellent. Coming back towards neutral. Keeping the left hand down, we're going to inhale the right arm up towards the sky. And exhale, take a very gentle side bend. You can bend the left hand, the left arm if that feels good. Feel free to stay here if you're enjoying this stretch. Or maybe start to take the stretch forward, open up through the lower back. Maybe coming back up, opening the chest, looking up towards the sky. And any variation of this that feels good, there might be a spot that you just want to open up a little bit more, spend a few breaths there, go for it. Keep checking in as we're moving this morning to see how the body's feeling. Does it feel good to wake up slowly? Keeping the right hand down, inhale the left arm up towards the sky and gently side bend towards the right. Again, just gentle movements. Staying in touch with the body. Where do I need this stretch this morning? Is it an opening through the chest, or maybe the lower back? Is it none of those? I just need a nice gentle side bend. And coming back. Excellent. We're going to come around into a tabletop. Again, moving slowly. I'm going to move through a few cat-cows. So placing the hands on the mat under the shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, tuck the chin round the spine. Use your breath to flow a few times like this. And then, because you're checking in with the body, you know what it needs this morning. If you need to take the movement from side to side, that might feel good. You can look over the left shoulder. Come back to neutral, look over the right shoulder. Just see where the spine needs to wake up gently here. Then we're going to bring the toes together, sit back onto our heels, walk the hands a little bit further out in front and gently fold, placing the forehead onto the mat, taking child's pose. Again, no need to rush. Take your time getting into these poses. Enjoying a few breaths in each one this morning. Enjoying the time to slow down, to not rush. To start your day doing something just for you. Placing some weight into the hands to gently bring yourself back up towards a tabletop, bringing the hands back under the shoulders. I'm going to thread the needle very gently, taking the right arm up towards the sky. And as we exhale, thread the needle through between the left hand and the left knee. Gently drop the right shoulder onto the mat and take the left arm up towards the top of the mat. And stay here for a few breaths. Always the option to close your eyes as you're holding these poses today. Keeping your attention focused on you. Does this feel good? Do I need to ease out of it? Could I go a little bit deeper? Again, there's no wrong answers, there's no wrong feelings this morning. If you just need to head back to child's pose and stay there, then by all means do that. Bringing the left hand back under the shoulder, gently pushing back up to a tabletop. Move through a couple of cat-cows. Breathing deeply. Using the full length of the breath to move through towards each pose. And then coming back to neutral. Inhaling the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale as we thread the needle, gently placing the left shoulder and the head on the mat, walking the right hand up towards the top of the mat and staying here. Notice the breath. Are the inhales and the exhales still the same length? If they're not, just try and gently guide them back in that direction. And then bringing the right hand back under the shoulder, gently coming back up. A few more cat-cows. Some long, steady, deep breaths. And back to neutral. Going to move towards a puppy pose. So walking the hands out in front of you, gently lowering the elbows, the forehead onto the mat. Keeping the tops of the feet gently pushing into the mat. Letting the heart sink down towards the mat. Keeping the hands active. And breathing long, steady, deep breaths. And then keeping some weight into the hands, gently coming back up and sitting back towards child's pose for a few breaths. Beautiful. We're going to slowly roll up as we inhale, back up onto our knees. And this time it's like a kneeling Tadasana. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the arms up towards the sky, come up onto the knees, stretch tall. And then exhale, lower the hands, lower the bum back down towards the feet. So a few more of those in your own breath. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you sit back down. You can tuck the chin on your exhale. Inhale up, look up towards the sky. Exhale back down. One more in your own time. And exhale. Beautiful. Gently coming back towards a tabletop, tucking the toes. We're going to slowly head up towards a downward facing dog. So keeping the legs nice and bent. The hips go up towards the sky. Let's work through this down dog slowly. So checking in with the hands. Are the fingers comfortably spread? You can have a peek. Make sure that you're pushing all the knuckles into the mat. So straight arms. Let the head relax. You can give it a little shake from side to side if that feels good. You want to push the mat away with your hands. So you're really lengthening the spine, sending the tailbone up towards the sky. The knees can be really bent if that feels good. You can slowly pedal out through the feet. Beautiful. One more big inhale here. And then exhale the knees back down towards the mat. Move into cow, so opening the chest, dropping the belly. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Let's be really kind to the hamstrings and the backs of the legs today. I probably haven't done much this morning, so just ease into the day. You can rock the hips from side to side. Come back to stillness, a big breath in. And exhale as we drop the knees. Inhale, cow. Dropping the belly, opening the chest. Exhale back to child's pose. So you can stay in child's pose like this. Or maybe see if you can bring the hands together in prayer and bend the elbows. So the prayer is behind the head. Maybe walk the elbows a little bit further forward. A few deep breaths here. And gently release the hands back down onto the mat. And putting some weight back into the hands. We're going to roll back up towards our tabletop. We're going to move to an easy modified side plank. So take the right foot behind you, stretch the left leg out long. Keep the right hand on the mat, push out through the shoulder and lift the left arm up towards the sky. So feel free to stay here if this feels good for you. Just enjoy a little stretch here. If you want to take it a little bit further, take the left hand towards the top of the mat. Send the hip up towards the sky. That might be enough. Or maybe you can move this into a little back bend rather. Take the left foot behind you. Open up through the chest. And then very gently coming back. And we'll take it to the other side. So the left foot goes behind. The right leg goes out long. Push through the left hand. Out through the shoulder, up towards the right hand. So you should be stretching opposite hands really long. And from the right foot all the way out through the top of the head. The option to stay here, or maybe take the right hand over, lift the hips, maybe take the right foot behind and move it into a little back bend. Again, there's no wrong poses this morning. It's what feels good for you. And then slowly coming back down onto the mat, moving through a few more cat-cows. Beautiful. Coming back through neutral, tucking the toes, heading back up to downward facing dog. Nice and slow. Always the option to stay here, or maybe inhale the right leg up to the sky, open up the hip. Just a little gentle hip opener here. And then bringing it forward and placing it between the hands on the front of the mat. Lower the back knee and bring the hands onto the knee. Just a nice easy lunge. Beautiful. Couple of breaths. You can take the heart up towards the sky if that feels good. Place the hands back down on the mat. Tuck the toes of the left foot. And pick up the knee and then send the right leg back to a downward facing dog. Just checking in, how do I feel? Then inhaling the left leg up towards the sky, bending the knee, a gentle hip opening here. And then coming forward, gently placing the left foot between the hands, dropping the back knee and bringing the hands onto your knee. Nice, easy, low lunge. How is your breath? Can you still keep the inhales and the exhales the same length here? If there's any external distractions taking your focus away this morning, just come back to the breath. Keep checking in with yourself, knowing that this is just a little bit of time for you today. Maybe take the heart up towards the sky. And exhale the hands back down onto the mat. Step back, last downward facing dog. See how the body feels. And then we're going to take a few moments of stillness. Let's find a nice down dog, sending the tailbone up towards the sky, enjoying a long spine. And take some nice big deep breaths here. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. A few more just like that. Breathing in what you need. Breathing out what you don't. One more. Gently lowering the knees back down onto the mat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And again, come back to neutral. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky again. Exhale, thread the needle again. This time taking the left hand up and over. Maybe onto the small of the back. Maybe it'll reach round to the thigh on the other side. Just enjoying the twist here, maybe peeking up towards the sky, opening the chest a little bit further. And then bringing the left hand slowly back onto the mat, bringing yourself back up. Move through a cat-cow. Checking in with the breath. Inhaling the left arm up towards the sky. Thread the needle. The right hand this time goes up, maybe onto the small of the back, maybe round to the opposite thigh. Maybe taking a little peek up towards the sky, see if you can bring the right shoulder back a little bit further. And then gently bringing the hand back down onto the mat. Coming back up, one last cat-cow. Make it count, really enjoy it. And sitting back onto your heels, just sitting to one side. I'm going to take the legs straight out in front of us. So the hamstrings will be a little bit more warm now, but we don't want to do anything too stressful, strain too much this morning. So give a nice generous bend through the knees. Make sure you're sitting evenly on each sit bones. Bring the feet up towards you. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, gently fold forward. You can round the spine, drop the head. Just let the hands fall onto the mat. And gently rolling back up. Take the arms up towards the sky again. And then exhale, gently folding forward. Let go of the tension in the neck. And then coming back up. Scooting now so that we're laying on our back. Give the knees a hug in towards the chest. We're going to keep the right knee bent, hugged in towards the chest. Stretch the left leg out long. Beautiful. Options always, you can either stay here or maybe open up through the right hip. Bring it back through center, hug both knees in again, massage out the lower back. Keep the left knee hugged in, stretch the right out long. If this feels good, stay here. If you want to open up the hip a little bit, take the left leg out towards the side. Keep the right hip down. And then gently coming back. Both knees hug in towards the chest again. And then we're going to place the feet on the mat with the knees bent so that if you reach the arms long by the side, you can tickle the backs of your heels. You want the feet to be facing forward, which is going to take some very gentle bridges, but we're going to make them dynamic and move with the breath. So as you inhale, tuck the tailbone, start to lift the hips. Take the arms up towards the sky and over towards the mat, the top of the mat above the head. And as you exhale, bring the hands back, slowly lower the spine. Hands back down onto the earth, tailbone neutral. So a few of those in your own breath. Enjoy the movement. Inhale, lift the hips. They don't have to go very far. Exhale, lower. One more, just like that. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the hips, arms above the head. Exhale, back down. Beautiful. Keeping the left leg where it is, pick up the right foot. We're going to move towards a reclined pigeon. So keeping the right foot flexed, we're going to bend the knee, open up the hip, and see if you can take the right foot, onto the left knee. And let the knee fall out to the side. We're going to very gently pick up the left leg, reach through, see if we can grab the back of the thigh and gently bring that left leg towards us. Opening up through the outside of that right hip, keeping the shoulders relaxed and the head on the floor. Nice, long, steady breaths. See if the inhales and the exhales can be the same length. And in case you haven't checked in, how are you feeling? Are you feeling a little bit more awake, a little bit more ready to take on the day? Does the body feel a little bit more awake here? And then very gently release the left leg and swap to the other side. So the left foot goes onto the right knee. We open up through that left hip, sending the knee out, and gently bring the right leg in. Have you noticed if the hips are the same or whether you have one side that's a little tighter than the other? I know I do. I think most of us feel the same. So it's just nice to notice what patterns we're holding in the body. It could be from the way we sit, the way we stand, bags we carry. Yoga is a really nice way to kind of bring some of that to our attention. So we can start to be more mindful of the way we move our body throughout the rest of the day. So gently letting the feet come back onto the mat. We're going to take a rest now, so tiptoe the feet out towards the sides of the mat. Let the knees fall in. Take one hand back onto the belly, one hand back onto the heart. Close your eyes. Let the body relax. Take a few more long, deep breaths. So inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. And enjoy a few more moments of stillness before you go into the rest of your day. Knowing that you've done something just for you, that you've woken up mindfully, that you've moved the body mindfully and with ease. It's a really nice way to set yourself up for a good day, I think. So enjoying this rest here for as long as you like, for as long as you've got this morning. Breathing, checking in with yourself. And whenever you're ready, bringing the palms together, the hands to prayer, placing the thumbs on the forehead at your third eye center, taking a few more deep breaths here. Breathing in what you need today, breathing in what will serve you, and breathing out what you don't. Letting go of any thoughts or feelings that no longer serve you. So feel free to rest like that for as long as you like today. I hope that you enjoyed this gentle morning practice and that it was a nice, easy way to wake up. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again very soon for another class. Have a great day.